Good morning. This is Trisha with Easy Emini Trade, and I wanted to go over a couple things from yesterday, Monday, July 12th. And if you'd like more information about the setups, you can go to www.easyemintrade.com. And I will be doing a webinar on Thursday, July 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern, and you can get the information on the site for that as well. And I'll be going over this particular setup during that webinar. So what I'm going to go over is first the NQ, and then I'll go over the ES. And there are a couple different entry opportunities on the NQ that you could have taken. This was pretty early. This was at 9:33. You have your indicator above zero here, the line above zero. You're above the moving average over here on our 3,000 tick chart. So you could take this. It was a little early for me to want to take it, but if you took it, obviously it worked out great. I usually like to let it pick a direction right off the open, and then I'll look to take an entry. I got in here when we turned back to green here, so still able to get a nice move out of that. And this was a short that set up, and you can see everything turning to red here. Wasn't quite ready to take that because we weren't in a downtrend, so to speak. We were in an uptrend, so I opted to get in here when we turned back to red. So again, either would have worked, and the times on those are, because I know a lot of you would like to know the times, 9:33, 9:40, 10:06, and 10:21, and they all worked no matter when you got in. If you managed this trade for the long run, you would have been able to capture this whole entire move. You get your first two targets, and then you just trail stop as it continues to move. So went on to work out to be a huge trade, depending on how you manage that. And I want to point out the afternoon. There's nothing going on here, and you can see on the 3,000 tick chart, during lunch, if you're trading during lunch, you might have had the opportunity for a couple small trades to get a couple points out of it. Again, totally up to you when you trade and when you don't trade. But here's the afternoon. Right here, we're going sideways. There's no real high probability to take any trades when you see the bars just overlapping, going back and forth above and below the moving average. Just wait and let it pick a direction, and then look for an entry. If you don't get a direction, then just sit on your hands, and you'll probably still wind up better at the end of the day than if you were to sit there trying to take these trades. Granted, many of them work out for a couple points, but you can see that they're just going from support to resistance, support to resistance. That's a time when you would be interested in taking range trades if you do take that setup. If you take the range trade setup, they're really easy to do. They do require some practice, and the information is in the ebook about those as well. But the Kaboom setup that we're trading presents many opportunities, so there's really no need to take range trades because they are a higher risk trade. So totally up to you, but you would not have done anything really during this time. On the ES, a lot of the same. Here's the 5100 tick chart, and you could have had an entry here, and we traded the NQ, by the way, but I'm pointing this out because a lot of you trade the ES. This would have set up for a buy at 9:34. You're above your moving average here. You're turning green here on our indicator. You can see it right there, the histogram there. The line is still green, pointing higher. So you enter in, and it works out just fine. Here, a short setting up, everything turning red. Right when it's turning red here, you're not quite below the moving average here yet on our 5100. And you'll see here that these bars on our histogram are decreasing in size. So you don't want to enter in on these bars as they're decreasing. Right here, when it starts to increase, right on this bar right here, you can enter knowing that you have support below you of the previous day's close and the Fibonacci 50%. It hangs out there briefly and keeps on going, so it works out. The rest of the day is the same as the NQ. Couple opportunities during lunch that would have got you a couple points overall, but a lot of work, in my opinion, and riskier trades unless you're taking range trades. Basically, you buy at support, sell at resistance, buy at support, sell at resistance. That's really all you can do. And once again, if you see that the market looks like this, just going sideways with the bars just back and forth, above that moving average, just stay away. Let it pick a direction and then look to take an entry. You may miss the very first opportunity of when it breaks out or breaks down, but I can tell you that it will save you a lot of grief on trades that are just not going to work out. So I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, you can always shoot me an email. And again, the webinar will be on July 22nd at 8 p.m. and you can get the information on the site. So have a great trading day.